The Smiley J Artist Zone, a platform for and about independent artists, music, interviews, and much, much more. Now, give it up, your host, Smiley J.
Welcome to the Smiley J Artist Zone, a platform dedicated to independent music creators who are using the power of music to connect with people worldwide, because music is the universal language of mankind. It literally brings us all together. I am your show host, Smiley J, and again, I want to welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome wherever you are listening from. I welcome you. Now, if today is your first time listening to the show, welcome, newbie. Make sure you come back and hang out with me again and, bring a friend. Yes. Now, as a matter of fact, you can listen to the show anytime on your favorite music streaming platform. Just click under the podcast section and, while you're there, go back and check out some of the archive shows. A lot of great interviews with some independent artists and a lot of dope music. So be sure to check it out and happy listening. Now, today I have a great show lined up for you. I have a special guest. Yes, I'm super excited. But you guys know that it is no secret that I absolutely love music. Music just feeds my soul. And I personally use music as therapy. Yes, therapy with no copay. Now, we all love music. I know that. But today's guest, he creates music that speaks to your soul. Because music belongs to everyone, regardless of your race, creed, age, or, status in life. Music has carried us through some hard times and good times, So I want to take this time and just shout out all the music creators of the world. Continue making that good music and, making the world a better place through music. Yes. Now, I'm excited. I know you guys are excited. So let me go ahead and introduce today's guest. He really doesn't need any introduction, because I'm sure his music is in most of our playlists. But I'm going to go ahead and give him his propers because he certainly deserves it. Today's guest is Eric Roberson. Eric Roberson is a Grammy Award nominee, singer, songwriter, producer, and entrepreneur. Eric is one of the most successful independent R&B artists of this generation, and he continues to break boundaries as an independent artist in an industry that's dominated by big major record labels. You guys help me welcome the king of independent soul and R&B, Mr. Eric Roberson. Hey, welcome to the Smiley J Artist Zone. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Now, this platform is dedicated to independent artists of the world, and it is my absolute pleasure to have the king of independent soul and R&B in the Artist Zone tonight.
Oh, man, I appreciate having me up here. I'm nice and comfortable. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Good. Look, 13 albums, nominations, awards, record labels, fans across the globe, a beautiful family, amazing team, doing what you love and spreading love. You're the man.
Yes. I love that. You better write my bio. I love it.
Yes. It's true. They say everybody loves Raymond. I don't know, because everybody I know loves Eric Roberson.
I love it.
People love you, Eric, because your music is real, it's relatable, it's honest. It's consistent because, it's no guessing game. But we can purchase your music in the blind without even hearing it. Just on the strength of your past albums.
Yeah, well, I try to write from a very authentic and honest place. And my goal is to, create till it gives me goosebumps in hopes that it gives somebody else the same thing, or it takes my breath away and hope that it takes your breath away. So, I think it's a great compliment if somebody would buy my music blindly because they trust that I'm going to put my all into it. And that's what we try to do.
Yeah. And, like I said, you've been consistent through the years. And, you know what? I have a quick story that I want to share real quick.
Okay.
I met you years ago, many years ago. And when I met you, I said, this guy is cool in the game. Not only does he make good music, but he's really cool. I met you at the YMCA with Angie Reese, the CEO of the Washington Metropolitan YMCA.
Yes.
Where you were working with the kids. You know, I thought it was so cool. And then, of course, you know, afterwards you gave us a little, you know, Q&A and some music. But it was so much fun.
No, it's one of my favorite people, one of my favorite places to go to. So proud of Angie as well. And I mean, that's just such a beautiful, just good people at the end of the day, man. And I love to be surrounded by that as much as I can be.
Yes. You know, DC, the DMV, we love you.
Yeah, I love it.
Now, look, there's so much I want to talk about. Now, folks are going to be super mad at me if I don't mention Lessons. I mean, Lessons has grown wings since the release. What was it, April 1st?
I think, you know, it might have been April. I think it was either somewhere between April and June. I really don't. I can't even remember, but it's been a while. But amazingly, you know, people keep supporting it and loving it, and you know, we're gonna keep spreading the lessons as well if they allow us. Indeed,
I mean that song is like going to be the forever classic song. That's a song that we will always play at the weddings, or family reunions, just when we need to hear about lessons, you know, because you can apply it in so many ways.
Right. No, I totally agree. I mean, it really does come from an honest place. I don't know if I was, let's say, trying to write a wedding song or anything like that. I was just really trying to write an authentic song. And it was on my anniversary though. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's no accident in that I would write a song like that on me and my wife's special day, you know, but, yeah, man, and just the fact that so many people could relate to it, man, it's been an ultimate compliment to my career.
Yes. And I just got to say, it was genius how you took clips from some of the classic movies and TV shows that we've all grew up with. But I don't think at the time when we watched those shows in the 90s, that it would spark new conversations, you know? Because
but that's the overall goal. I mean, I think that what we wanted to do is we wanted, you know, those every piece that we picked was some iconic moment in TV and film, especially Black cinema, that we all cherish. You know, there were so many special moments that we cherish in there, and you know, Living Single, Martin or Love Jones, but it's, you know, it really holds a special spot. So what I was just trying to do is just connect my music to those special moments, and hope that it would create some more conversation. And you know, we've been very fortunate that it did.
Yeah. I mean, that was genius. I love it. I mean, because a lot of times we focus on the comedic parts, you know, of those shows, but it's I had to go back and golly, that resonated. I don't think it did because I was a lot younger, you know, but
yeah.
Wow. So,
well, it's, you know, as much as the song could be called Lessons as well as my book and all stuff like that, it also could be called Layers. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the beauty of even a Martin show or any of the shows that we grew up watching, the very comedic ones too. There were layers to that stuff. So as much as you laugh for a second, you go, wait a minute, but that meant something different there. You know, it's it all has different meanings, man. And I, you know, for me, that's the one thing that I really got, especially when revisiting all those, you know, Black cinema that we loved. You know, it told me a different story when I watched it again.
Yeah. And you have the book of poetry titled Lessons.
Yes. So I'm just enjoying. I pride myself on being a writer just in general, you know. So, you know, the book is a thing that I don't think was really it was expected. But, you know, the beauty of it was that I was writing, I was creating, and people kept asking for me to share. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you ask me to share, we're going to share, you know, and that's how we got here.
And that's what I love about you. You share, you invite your audience into your whole creative process. Yeah. You've been showcasing the song from the album and you're interacting with the fans. That is just so cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at a point now where, you know, certain things haven't worked and I've survived it, and certain things have worked and I've benefited from it. So I'm very transparent in that way, especially from the creative standpoint, maybe not in all things in my life, but especially the creative side where, you know, I'm much more in tune with showing people, you know, how I came up with something or what I did to get this idea and just the process of, you know, what I went through to make things happen. And I think it's for the better. You know, I think people, if it sparks everybody else's creativity, you know, just shows a different side of what we're creating, then we're winning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Indeed. Songs from lessons. I want to talk about, because you mentioned that you celebrated a recent anniversary. Is it 12 years?
Well, it's 12 years when we wrote the song. We've actually been officially married for 13 years now.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing how long you're working the song. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So I want to talk about Good Loving featuring Err Roberson.
Yeah.
I love that song. I mean, because I too recently celebrated an anniversary just a few days ago.
Congrats.
But thank you. Now, I think anyone who has been married like 54 years know a little something about good loving.
You've been married for 54 years?
No, I'm talking about your parents.
Oh, I was going to say, God bless you. Do not sound like you've been nowhere near married. I was like, go ahead with yourself.
No,
my parents, my parents been married for 54 years, man. It's I look forward to just attempting to follow in their footsteps, so, but yeah, they're such a great example. And my dad, man, he's such a powerhouse singer, man. I really think that we're gonna. I told him just recently the goal is like, we got to start getting him recorded more and get a pop album or something done. It's like how do we not have it yet? But yeah,
Pop is a natural. He's gonna have his own fans, and you're gonna need a look. Pop gonna have a fan club because I just love his voice is very strong, and yeah. I gotta congratulate your parents. 54 years, that is beautiful.
54 years, man. They were high school sweethearts, man. And that's a beautiful thing, man. I appreciate everything they've allowed me to learn by watching them. So with that, but yeah, they just came by the studio that night. It wasn't really playing. They would just come by to hear the album. And, if I got a mic set up and Pop's around, I'm gonna hit record, and he ain't gonna shy away from it also. So, we had a good time that night. It was a real special night making that song.
So that wasn't playing. You just captured the moment.
Yeah. And what's funny was, there's a couple of, we haven't done anything with them yet, but, that night, my parents both kind of like just talked. Like I got on the microphone, they just talked about how they met, and it was actually really beautiful. And I think I will probably use it for something eventually. But at that same thing that night, my dad recorded, his part of Good Loving. It was one take. It was just what you hear is what he did, and but we did a lot of stuff that night, and it was just sharing, and hearing their story.
I love it. Pops is a natural.
Night. Yeah, very much a natural, man. Very much a natural. So I look forward to sharing more of his work, more and my mom's work with the world.
Yes, I just applaud them for their love. I mean, because I'm still learning. You're married. I'm still learning, and I think that like one of the critical elements of a long-lasting marriage is being friends,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Very, very much so. It's very, to me, it's one of the most important things because it leans more to the respect aspect. And I learned a long time ago that if you stop and ask an elder couple more times than not, hey, what was the success that made y'all stay together this long? Most times they'll say respect. Mm-hmm. More times than I've heard it over and over again. And it doesn't mean you didn't don't love the person, but I think there's a certain respect that goes in that I'm willing to grow and learn with you as we grow older and evolve and change, Mm-hmm. And I watched that with my parents. They're different than who I grew up watching, but yet still equally as special, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
It is, and you had wonderful role models to watch.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of family, now I know that family is very important to you. Given your super busy schedule, like how do you maintain a good work-life balance of uninterrupted quality time with your spouse?
Uninterrupted is technically impossible. You know what I mean? 'Cause we have these young kids in the house as well. I think a lot of it comes down to, and in writing a lot, I think it helps me to get clarity. But I wrote something recently about about just balance in general. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't, the one part I had to really own up to is that, you know, balance doesn't always have to be that everything is just lined up perfectly and evenly. You know, for me, balance is more about how committed I am to the time I have, you know. And I think what I had to realize, or shall I say I realized quite some time ago, is that, you know, there's always going to be something. It's, you know, with my schedule, my wife's schedule, there's never going to be enough time to do everything. But I think it's important not to go into the situations, you know, going, oh my God, I don't have no time, or I'm so stressed, or this and that, this and that. I think it's, for example, I always use as an example is like, if I'm in the studio, if I only have 1 hour in the studio, I don't want to walk into the studio complaining about that hour. Oh man, I only have 1 hour to create. What am I going to do? It's more about walking into the studio and seeing how lost I can be for 59 minutes.
Wow.
You know,
wow.
Like how connected can I be? And to me, that is really what balance is. Because at the end of the day, it's never even. My kids always deserve more time. My wife always deserves more time. Guess what? So does my music. And so does this industry as a whole, as well as our self-care, mental health as well. But there's never enough time to spread to everything. So when I am engaged with my kids, how connected can I be? When I'm engaged with my wife, how connected can we be? As well as when I sit down with a pen and a pad, how lost can I get in those words? And I think, you know, for me, songwriting was the true example of that. I knew it existed, that kind of connection through songwriting. So my goal was then to be able to, the discipline to find that in other things, in other ways. And that's one of the things I constantly work on. Because like I said, I mean, my schedule even today was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But
I'm sure,
you know, the one thing I'm not going to do is really think too much about that while talking to you. It's like, now I'm talking to you and this is a new part of the day. It's a new minute. It's a new moment, and trying to get as lost into that as I can be. And I think that's at least what I try to do with all the things I'm doing.
That is so freaking cool. You just made me like rethink things. Wow. Okay. That's like an aha moment. I'm serious. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, especially we're entrepreneurs. We're trying to work on stuff. You building, you know, your podcast, your show. You know, it's like we have so much that we're trying to do, and we have to afford ourselves some grace. But it's also coming to understanding. It's like I said, that was a big moment for me to understand, like, and I'm one, like, you know, I got 3 young boys here, so I'm not trying to put so much time in a whole bunch of other stuff where there's just no time with them. But guess what? I'm always recording whatever, but it's just like the same way I get locked into recording, can I get locked into them? You know, and it's not, I'll be honest with you, it's not easy, but it's something that I think is something that we should work on. We should practice. It should be a part of our focus.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, look, so thank you for that. So let's talk TV for a minute. That's my game. With TV host Jimmy.
That's my jam.
That's my jam, yeah. That's my jam, I'm sorry. With Jimmy Fallon.
Yes.
Second season, great ratings.
Yes.
Now, some of your fans may not know that you're responsible for some of that music and jingles on the show.
Yeah, that's one of the main things that I was kind of brought in to do. Shout out to Adam Blackstone, who's the MD in the show, and a longtime friend and collaborator. And he called me and I'll tell you, I mean, one of the things that was really brought in, he was like, you know, I think this is something that will be able to help showcase your improv skills. And we weren't able to really showcase that to too high a degree, but nevertheless, though, you know, it's still a point that I think we'll be able to utilize. And then I just did a lot of writing. I wrote the theme song with Adam, as well as most of the things that you hear. Like, if you can't see me, you probably are hearing me. Like most of the sound effects or the voices or little things is either me or Jade Nova, who is a phenomenal artist and is also the young lady that's singing with me on throughout the show as well. So we have a good time, man. It's very much like a family, and we're actually about to start shooting again in a couple of months. So I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are having so much fun up there. It's a fun show.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Jimmy Fallon is a master at what he does. And it was interesting, one of the highlights for me, and I'm just into production of things in general, but just watching him work and him process. We rehearsed for a long time before he got there. But then when he got there was a lot of he was just processing everything, just adjusting. And then once he figured out what he wanted, it was like, it came together so fast. Like, it was just like, okay, this is what I want. Bing, 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 bing. He asked a lot of questions. Like he spent the first probably day or two just asking questions. Like not even performing, not or whatever, just asking questions. So why is that light there? And why is this right here? And
very inquisitive mind, huh?
Very, very much. But it always leading to something. So then after he asked everything and he figured out all the process and everything everybody was doing, then he was like, this should be this way and this should be that way. But he was shaping it because, and this side, it was so brilliant. He was shaping it this way because he was looking at it the way millions of people were going to see it. He had his viewers in mind. And I don't know if, it's a gift that you can look at something and see it the way, not how it is, but see it how it's going to be, and that was really cool watching that come together. That's one of the, for me, one of the selfish joys of just being a fan of production. Mm-hmm. Watching his brain was really, really cool.
So that was interesting for you, just watching how he interpreted and how he, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because be honest with you, I've never been a part of a production that big. We're talking a massive, massive production. It was trucks and, a ton of workers. And at one point, it was weird. We were probably there for a week at one point, and I remember just asking how many cameras there were. No, I'm sorry. I asked what was behind this other room. I didn't realize there was a whole room of writers. That if you wanted something changed, there was probably 10 writers sitting at computers on this one side, like behind the stage. And then it was like, wait a minute, so what's over there? And over there was like another 15 camera workers. So you had like the big cameras in front of us, but then you almost had like not drones, but these like little small cameras all throughout the whole building. Wow. And a person controlling each one of those cameras. It just really got my mind going like, we've been here for so long. I never even saw it. I didn't even see these people, but yet it's so many jobs, so many ideas, so much employment that like I said, it was just really, really cool to see something of that magnitude come together.
Wow. And and as a viewer, you wouldn't even know that all that, is going on behind the scenes and on set. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's so much that goes into it. But it was an honor to be a part of it. And like I said, it's funny. I had so we all have like an office setup, and my office setup was just a full blown studio. So because they just need me to if not only were we singing live, but if I had to record something that Jimmy played or something like that, it was like we were just constantly working. We were constantly working. But that's what we were there for. I love doing it. Guess what? If I was here, I would have been recording too. So.
Well, you were right in your element.
right in my element. Couldn't have been any more comfortable. So looking forward to, round 2 and seeing what that brings as well. So it's been pretty cool.
Well, we certainly will be tuning in because it's such a fun show.
Yeah, it really is.
So I know that you're touring, yes. Through August. You have shows through August, and you're probably going to have some add-on dates.
Yeah.
Now, you have a lot of new fans, a lot of new younger fans. So can you tell some of your new fans what to expect at an Eric Roberson concert?
Well, just a good time is the first part. I think, I built my whole career as an independent artist, showing up to cities where no one knew who I was and having to win a crowd over. So I'm more than comfortable, teaching the world music or winning you over. But I will tell you that, it's a different show. I love improv. always open to listen to where a show is going. So we might stop a show to say a prayer. We might stop a show to do a freestyle about a woman who came in with a wild outfit. But yeah, at the same time, we're going to sing, some of your favorite songs or some of my favorite songs. And the goal is to have you dancing, have you singing, have you crying, have you laughing, but really going through as many levels of emotion we could take you through in that hour or 2 minutes that I'm on stage.
And can I say to my listeners, you make sure you catch him when he comes to your city. It is an absolutely fun show. Fun show. Now look, yeah. Eric, I don't want to get you in any trouble, but I got to do this. Can we do a city shout out? Can you tell me what are some of the cities that have the coolest energy besides the DMV?
I mean, I went to Howard. I know DMV very well. I got a ton of friends there, so that's tough. And yeah, you get me in a lot of trouble. I mean, it'll be easier for me to name the cities I haven't enjoyed, and that'll be a stretch. But I mean, of course, even going to London or even far stretch cities in Japan, not just Tokyo, but when you go to like Osaka, or going on like some of like the festivals, like the stuff might be in Cabo, but. Of course, London is always great to go to. I've been, touring there pretty consistently for the last, 17, 18 years. Toronto has some of my favorite food, But then, it's easy to say the spots in the States because I've been touring the United States consistently for the last 20 years. So, when I go to Chicago, it's like home now. Okay. I mean, really, it's
shot.
Yeah. When I go to Detroit, it's like I'm probably gonna name every place because when I go to Dallas, there's people that come to the shows that I've known for 17 years now. They bringing their kids to the shows now.
See,
I've seen them.
That's what's up.
I've seen some people get married, divorced, and married again. and your ex is sitting across from you with their new boo. It's like. I've seen it grow, and I've been able to. That's one of the things that I will say I'm appreciative of is that I've had an opportunity to really win people over, really earn the right to have you spend time with my music and to be a fan of my music, like really, really earned it. And why? Because I was always and still the last person to leave the place. I'm trying to shake everybody's hands. And that was tough, of course, in the pandemic. We had to change everything up. Mm-hmm. But, shake the hands, give the hugs, and challenge you to support it. And if not just support, like, it's not just support me, but support something you feel, So if you feel something, the goal is I challenge you to support it. Even if it's like that you're going to start your career now because you were inspired, or you might start your own business now because you were inspired. But that's the overall goal. And then the next show, you bring your cousin, and we win your cousin over. And next year, your cousin bring their sister or their girl, and we win them over, and they bring us. So most of these cities we went to. My first show in D.C. was Bohemian Cavern, 50 people.
Yes, usually, yeah.
Like, Apache Cafe in Atlanta, 50 people. And now, we've done shows at Center Stage with 1,500 people in there, and festivals and stuff like that. And it's like, it's crazy to think that something like that can grow from 50 people, but we had a plan, we stuck to it, and we kept our head down and kept working, and it paid off.
And you've worked really hard through the years. You've earned everything that you have. You earned it. And listen, you have an amazing team. So, I got to shout them out again because it's the folks behind you, the wife, the family, your team, everyone. So, yeah.
No, completely, man. I would not be able to do any of this. I mean, even this interview right now would be tough if I didn't have a supportive wife. You know what I mean? And it's funny because even before I did this, a friend of mine was here. And he was just leaving. And so then she was like, all right, so what's up? I said, I got to go do this interview. And she wasn't like, what? She was like, okay. You know what I mean? And I came on down here and started talking with you. So, I think whether it's an idea in your head to, musically or, business idea or something like that, you need that kind of support. And people that understand what you're going through and what you're willing to try in order for for you to accomplish things.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
So, I want to talk about your hat game. Your hat game is crazy.
Yeah, I got a problem. I got a bad problem.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Look, any endorsements?
Not yet. We actually have talked with a couple of people, and honestly, shout out to a lot. I get so many people send me free hats. Probably half my collection is hats that people just gave to me at shows or mailed to me and stuff like that, and I'm very appreciative of that as well. But I'm one who likes to support. I'm not gonna fight you when you try to, give me something for free. But for the most part, if I can throw something, it's hard for me to leave. Just last weekend we were in Vegas and for a festival, and I heard that there was a guy that had a fried lobster tail tent. First of all, it was amazing, and they heard it were really big fans of mine. They said, if he can come out and take a picture, we'll give him, some free fried lobster tails. Mm. First of all, you want me over at fried, I'm already coming, you know what I'm saying? But then when I got there, we took the pictures. It was all love, and they made me this gorgeous plate. But I'm not taking this thing for free. Please let me just give something to you. Why? And the reason why I say that is let me sow into your business.
See, boom, that's what I'm talking about.
And once again, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to take something for free. Sometimes, no problem. Sometimes I don't have the cash on me or whatever. But but if I can, even if it's $5, even if it's $20, whatever, it's if I could put something because we are in business. Yes. You know what I'm saying? We are in business, so I'm gonna try to sow into you, whether posting about it or taking a picture about it, or just spreading the word, or actually giving you some financial aspect that can go to your business, because we are business people at the end of the day, and that's how our business is going to succeed, by the help of others. Yeah. So when people kind of present a business to me, the first thing I challenge them to do is to continue presenting it as a business to me. That's why I'm kind of no, don't give me nothing free. No, you should charge me, So I do love to support the brands that I really love. There's a few hat brands that I'm really, really big fans of. And when I can, I definitely support. I say this quietly so my wife don't hear, but when I was in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and I think I bought 5 hats. I was out of control. I don't need 5 hats.
Well, you like what you like, but you're rocking the hats, man. You rocking them, and you rocking them well.
I like that term. You like what you like. That's what I'm telling my wife next time. Did you just buy that daggone house? Yeah, baby, I like what I like.
There it is. I like what I like. You can have other habits. Hats is not a bad thing. It's folks that have other habits. So
you ain't never lie about that. In all honesty, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm a person I get high off of music. I get high off of creativity. So
and we get high off your music too.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So look, Eric, I'm going to let you go and get back to the family, but I want to play a quick game. You down for a quick game?
Always. Let's go.
3 questions, 3 seconds. Let's pick one.
Ooh, okay. I'm indecisive, so pray for me on this one.
Pick one, okay. It's movie night with your wifey. What y'all watching? Drama or an action flick?
I'm going to want to watch action, but I'm going to watch drama because she going to want to watch drama.
That's right, because us ladies, we like drama. So
I'm always trying to improve the evening. I ain't gonna mess up now.
Okay, number 2. Now, we all get a sweet tooth at times. What you eating, fresh baked cookies or fresh fruit?
Fresh baked cookies, final answer. Matter of fact, there's a amazing spot. You can get this stuff online. There's a Black-owned cookies spot not too far from me, called Glassy Brown Cookies. Lord,
sounds good.
Jesus, my God. And she makes...
Wait a minute, shout them out again. Say it again.
Lord Jesus, my God. Look, come on now. That's what these cookies would do. And she makes, your regular chocolate chips, but she got a sweet potato pie cookie. She got an apple pie cookie.
See, my mouth is watered. Don't do that.
A Fruity Pebbles milkshake. Yeah, no, she be going in. Y'all can get it online and everything, but I want to make sure I shout her out. But Glassy Brown cookies. I'm definitely a dessert person. So if you give me the option of fruit or cake or cookies, I'm definitely doing the cookies.
You're doing glassies. Okay. We got to check that out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Your last and final question.
Uh-oh.
If a movie was made about your life, who would you want to portray you? Pick one.
Ooh.
Terrence Howard or Cuba Gooding?
Why gotta be those two?
I don't know. I just, you know. you tell me. Why don't you tell me? I don't know. I just picked her.
I don't know if I'm picked. That's a good question because I don't even know who. But I've enjoyed a lot of film that Terrence Howard has done. I've enjoyed a lot of stuff that Cuba Gooding has done. I've enjoyed. I don't know if I want because you spoiled me because I don't know if I'm Terrence Howard. Who imitated him? Was that Jane Fox? I don't know if I need that voice imitating me. Cuba Gooding. That's a good question. Who do I? Everybody wants to say Denzel, but no, I'm not.
Well, you know what? That means you got to come back and give us that answer.
Yeah, I might say Chris Brown. Give Chris Brown a chance at chops and acting and see how he do or something. Give him a shot.
I like that.
Give him a shot.
What's up. Okay, Chris Brown. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you so much for being a good sport tonight. Yes.
No, my pleasure. So cool. My pleasure. Cool. It was a lot of fun.
Game. So listen, before you go, you got to be under a rock if you don't know how to get in touch with Eric Roberson, but I got to do it for the people in the back. So can you tell the folks how to get in touch with you?
Of course. The first part you can do is you can go to my website, Eric Roberson Music. Eric Roberson Music, that's the hub where, you can find everything that I'm doing, where I'm performing at next, or you can buy some merch or get the albums or all that stuff like that. But then where I get most ratchet is on Instagram. You can definitely go there. My Instagram page is Erro44, which is one of my nicknames, ERRO 44. The rest of it, you can easily find me, just even Google me on Facebook, Twitter. I'm on all of them, you know what I mean? So just look for me, find me. But if you need to find me real easy, just go to Eric Roberson Music, the website, and then that has all the connection to everywhere else.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me in the Artist Zone.
Yeah.
Much love and success, continued success to you in all that you do.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for the great energy too, man. So appreciate it.
Yes. Until next time, be well, sir. Peace.
Peace.
Hi, this is Ken Navarro, and you are in the Smiley J Artist.
I don't need a cheerleader cheering me on every step of the way. You might be an independent woman, but I don't need you spending the money you make. Girl, I need good loving will do. Oh, baby, good loving will do. thing, baby. When you look back at all the things that we've had and how we've been blessed, could we do any better than this?
All right, guys. Yes, it's that time. Sorry. You know all good things must come to an end. But good news, we can do this all over again next week, same time, new guests. Speaking of guests, special thanks to today's guest, Mr. Eric Roberson, for hanging out with me in the Artist Zone in between all that he does. Not only does Eric has a catalog of great music, he is a super nice guy. You guys be sure to download his latest album, Lessons, and add it to your playlist because that's how we get down around here. And also be sure to follow Eric on his social media pages so you can stay up to date on all that he has going on. And I'm going to leave y'all with one of my favorite lessons, relationship quotes. In a relationship where communication starts to fade, everything else follows. Until next time, you guys be well, stay safe, and remember to listen to good music. Your ears will thank you for it. I'm Smiley J, and I'm out.